Hi, my name is Erica Lord. I'm an interdisciplinary conceptual artist. I am Athabascan and Iñupiat, originally from Alaska, from the village of Nenana. I'm also Finnish, Swedish, English, and Japanese. And that mix or identity kind of plays into my work. Worked in a lot of different mediums, and so I have to try to think about the concept and what medium best carries that message or tells that story. I started racing dogs at 3 years old. Growing up in my house, we had 33 dogs, and that was pretty average for a small racing team. And so when I first moved to Michigan, my biggest cultural shock was asking my mom why people only had 1 or 2 dogs. They are essential to surviving in Alaska, and it's been kind of fun to visualize these projects around these dogs. The series of projects first started with these baby belts or burden straps. I like looking at traditional objects and trying to think about how I might relate to them in my contemporary life. What would my burden be now? And the first thing that I thought of was diabetes. So the first belt that I made was my diabetes burden strap. The colors and patterns in the bead weavings come from microarray analysis tests. These tests that they do on either your DNA or your RNA, and the colors and patterns will help you determine whether or not you have a disease or a condition and how advanced it is. The diseases that I chose affect native populations disproportionately. We take that original test and we break it up and figure out mathematically how many beads are going to be put in for each color bar. And then we work it out on these grids and organize them. I was really curious about the famous 1925 serum run. It was a relay that ran the diphtheria serum or antitoxin from Anchorage, and it was brought up by train to Nenana and then ran by 20 different mushers and over 100 dogs from Nenana to Nome. Nome had uncontrollable number of cases of diphtheria, and in Alaska, when the weather is bad, it can be weeks before you can get a flight out to the coast. The dog team that is in the installation is a 7-dog team carrying the codes for diphtheria, smallpox and tuberculosis, diabetes and ovarian cancer, and COVID. They are diseases or conditions that are preventable and could be treated early on if we actually had access to quality health care. That trip, bringing the serum from Anchorage to Nenana to Nome, it was a responsibility, and it was scary and dangerous. And there is that terrifying burden of holding on to that, passing that gear off from one person to the next. But it was also an honor to be selected and be able to be part of that